Every family has got what we call the superpower. Now, unfortunately, we have used religion to mess it up. So if you go back to your ancestry, your lineage, there is something that is common to everyone in your lineage. All the men, for example, if you mention the Anikulakpos, for example, you know they are activists, right? There are other families is industry, some other families is teaching, some other families is journalism, you know, all kinds of things. Now, that DNA exists in fact, some families is priesthood. But because someone has told them your great-grandfather was an Ifa priest, so that is demonic. No. What was an Ifa priest doing in that age and time pre-Christianity? It was standing between man and God. So you will raise children who actually have the DNA of their intercessors. It's there in them. But if you kill it and you now say, you know what, we belong to Abraham. Abraham is our father. Abraham, your children can't connect with that. And so what people need to do is to assess their family history and ancestry and now create their own story that is believable. And I'll give you an example. One day I was in the US and I was having a meeting, and it was an all-white meeting. You know, I was the only black man in the meeting. And then it was time for me to introduce myself, and someone just made a racial slur and said, "Black man, introduce yourself." But I wasn't moved, right? Because my father raised me to tell me that I was from Idoani in Ondo State. My mother raised me to tell me that she was from Ikpele. But when I began to do my research, I went deep and I realized that Idoani was founded by the son of King Ewari from Edo State. My mother's hometown was also founded by another, you know, prince from Edo. So I'm from Edo. So I began to dig deep into Edo ancestry, and I realized that Benin Kingdom was one of the most sophisticated kingdoms in the world in the ancient world, 1300 to 1700. Benin had a semblance of street lighting before Berlin, before New York, before London, right? They had the best road network. So I stood up at the meeting and I said, I am a descendant of the ancestry that built the first smart city in the world, and it's called Benin Kingdom. My name is Praise Fowowe, and I'm a prince. The entire room went quiet. During tea break, everyone came to me to say, "Can you tell us more about Benin Kingdom?" I said, "Google is your friend. Check it." And so they started asking me, "What about the Benin world? Is it still standing?" And blah, 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 blah. Right. Why was I able to do that? I tapped into my ancestry. I knew who I was. And so whatever you call me, because if you don't dictate to people what they should call you, they will call you anything.
They'll call you anything.